Hi everyone, welcome to another stream. Hope you're all doing well. Nice music choice. Yeah, I thought it fit. Yeah, doing well, Anna, thanks. So today we are going to be doing a bit more Phantasy Star 3. Try and get a bit further through second gen if we can. Possibly finish second gen. I'm not sure how much longer of it's left, but we do have a full party now, so maybe we're getting closer. So just while people are getting in, there will be another stream on Sunday. Music is good, but your intro screen was not. I mean, that's your opinion. Yeah, so there'll be a stream on Sunday, which should be probably PSO this week. I think it's Red Drop Week in PSO, so I'll probably do that for this week, and then we'll switch over to something else. So for today, we're just doing a bit more Phantasy Star 3. So if you missed the last stream, we basically got Sari in our party last time, and Thayer actually. I need some good intro screens, do I really? Yeah, so we've got these two new party members. So let's have a look, see where we need to go next. Yeah, nah, I'm good, thanks, Anna. And if you've just come in here to advertise, you can go. I don't want to be that guy, but right now it's Rare Enemy Week in PSO. It's Rare Enemy Week at the minute, Tricky. It changes over on Sunday. So by the time we do the next stream, we'll have switched over to Rare Drop Week. So yeah, it normally changes over on a Sunday. Yeah, I saw that, Tricky. They've done a few changes to the game recently, so they've now added that thing on so you can actually see what the Rare Enemy rate is, which is nice. They've also added the ability to access all your characters from the character select screen. You can just scroll down through them now, which is really nice. Yeah, it's like 32 character slots now. I mean, it always was, but it was always segmented into like different slot banks. Okay, so we are in London at the minute. We need to head to Iridia. Thankfully, I have actually decided to look at some maps this time, so I kind of know where I'm going. But yeah, it's a really good change, honestly, on Affinia. I just think it's something that people have probably wanted for a while. So I'm pretty sure we have to go around here and then south from here. Alright, we've got some new enemies. We've got a literal street sign. I'm not even going to ask. Maybe he's trying to tell me which way to go. Yeah, Affinia tend to do a really good job with quality of life, honestly. I think they've realised that obviously PSO is a very old game and has a lot of issues just because it's very old. So they've kind of tried to make it so it's a bit more accessible, but while still retaining like the core of what PSO is, which is good. So it is a bit of a trek to get to Iridia, unfortunately, but it shouldn't take us too long. This is what happens when you have to fill up the enemy roster 2 weeks before release. It's like, I don't know, just put anything in. Alright, yeah, we probably want to get a new gun for Ren at some point. I forgot that. I also forgot how strong we are now. I mean, I don't know what those guys are, but they're not hard, so... Okay, so if we go south from here, there should be a river, and then I'd stay at the east of the river. I bet it waves its hand at you as an attack animation, probably. Or it'll just kind of jitter around a bit, because that's about the extent of the attack animations in this. Also, I'm quite glad we're live on Twitch because Restream keeps telling me I'm not live on Twitch, despite the fact I can see messages in Twitch chat. So, Restream doing Restream things. We're not actually here. You're all just voices in my head. Good to see you deployable as well. Are you still deep in Warframe? It should be down here. You moved on to WoW. Doing some Warframe offline, but working on a big PSO video. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll probably say this now. I mean, it probably won't come as any great surprise, but I am in the workings of doing a video for the 25th anniversary. I'm trying to aim it to come out roughly on the 25th anniversary, but it's a video I'm putting way more effort into than normal. So the twins ruby glows and you're inside. Okay, so we're now in this hellhole again. Should be great. You realised you were an NPC when V101 dropped for you. That's it. I mean, if you're getting V101s, that's not the game being your. But yeah, trying to put in a bit of work just to make a special video for 25th because it's a big anniversary. Right, please give me a map for this place. Passage to Iridia. There we go. Lovely. So is this the really easy one where you just waddle on the bottom? Not sure if I need it, but would it be okay if I need to use that video clip you sent me with a bit of your history of PSO? Will of course credit you? Yeah, no worries, yeah, by all means. I wish you could see the lore of Phantasy Star IV before that video, but I think it's not possible. We'll see. I mean, it's not until December, the 25th anniversary. So we do potentially have time. I mean, I don't think we've got too long left on the second gen of this, then we've got, what, one more generation? And then Phantasy Star IV? Sorry, I'm just passing the map because the map's a bit confusing. You made it for once. Good to see you early. I hope the streams have gone alright as well for you as well, because I know that you've started streaming as well. That is a lot of enemies. Bit of an anniversary guy. Plan to play Phantasy Star when it turns 40. Not too long now. When was the first one? Was it 1987? So what, 2 years? Hope you make it, your mind will be lowering around for sure. Those things at the back are so weak. Because that is blatantly not the right way. That's because it's this way. Yeah, we're still doing okay. I forget how much health Sari has, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I am really looking forward to doing 4. I think we're so far into 3 now. Thank you for the PSA burst. Yeah, I think we're so far into 3 now that it kind of makes sense to finish it and then go on to 4. And then I can at least say I've played all 4 of the classic games. Well, of the mainline classic games anyway. How much you got left? I want to say I'm maybe, from what I've seen, maybe 2/3 of the way through this generation. Maybe a bit more. And then there's like one more generation after this, which would probably be a couple of streams, I would have thought. And then we should be able to move on to Phantasy Star 4 after that. I missed. This is going to take me forever to get through here with this many fights. I played much PSU recently. A little bit, not a huge amount. There was an event on, not Slumback, I don't actually know if it's still on or not. I did do a stream of it then. I play it occasionally. It's mainly a stream game for me, honestly. I would say it in the same way that this is, but I mean that should be obvious because it's pointless me playing this off stream because then you won't know what's happened with Sari. Okay, so then from here. Okay, it should be a straight run from here to the end. If I've worked this out right. Which I probably haven't. Oh yeah, I think I am going the right way. Cool. Has anything been announced for the anniversary of Phantasy Star? So on the PSO side, all we know so far is there was obviously that merch collab with Limited Run Games for PSO Dreamcast. Apart from that, all we know so far is on the last NGS headline, they said that they are going to be celebrating the 25th anniversary of PSO, and that on the roadmap for NGS at the minute, there was a silhouette of a Ragrappy from PSO, and they've said that there's going to be some kind of limited quest apparently that will have PSO enemies, is all they've said. I think they also said it will have a Dark Falls class enemy. So I'm guessing we're getting some kind of PSO themed quest in NGS. As for whether we're getting a remake or a remaster, nothing on that yet. I think, if anything now, it's probably gonna be Tokyo Game Show. Alright, let's just get healed up a little bit. PSO's new level up quests, 9 of them now. NPE is here. I need to try those actually and see what they're like. Did you say that they still have Clem Camp as well, Drax? So you've got the option of doing Clem Camp and these level up quests. I remember liking PSU quite a bit when it came out. Sort of tried to combine the job system from FF11 with PSO gameplay mechanic with varying degrees of success. That is one way of putting it. Yeah, PSU was decent, honestly. It got a bad rep at the time just because people directly compared it to PSO. Time camp, but the level up quests also have boosts. Oh, cool. Okay, it should be down from here. We only got hundreds of fights. But yeah, it's sounding like they're planning on celebrating PSO's 25th to some degree. Whether it's to the degree that we want them to celebrate it, I don't know. We'll see. Do you remember all the hacking on PSU? I don't remember a whole lot on PSU. PSO, definitely. PSU, I don't remember. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I don't remember it myself. Yeah, PSU did some really cool things to the franchise, honestly. It was apparently quite easy to duplicate items in Mazetta, just like PSO. Okay, so we are now in Iridia. Where do you want us to go now? So rest in Hazardtrack and then head to Draconia. Fine. First of all, let's check the monitor just to see where I am on Iridia. Because I will never remember this. Okay, so if we head east and then south, we should get to Hazardtrack. With the dumb grinding system, breaking rare drops, I would justify item duping. Yeah, that was a really stupid grinding system in PSU. I mean, to be honest, I don't really like the system they used in the expansion either. It was better, but it still wasn't great. They wanted people to feel at home. So we all know that you're familiar with just duping everything, so we're just going to let you keep doing it. I mean, I know you couldn't really do it in Blue Burst, obviously, because it was all client side. Sorry, all server side. But yeah, in like PSO GameCube, it was so easy to do. Okay, so east a bit more and then south. I mean, easiest fight of my life. I'll take it. You're still not going to talk to me, are you? Where is Arakio? It's been 1,000 years, but I'd know his black sword anywhere. I'm assuming we come back to her in 3rd gen. How do you think I got all those look materials? Yeah, I mean, honestly, Ellie, I mean, particularly if you're playing online on GameCube, I think most people dupe to some degree because it was way too easy to lose your gear. You know, if your internet connection cut off while you're in the middle of online, or if someone decided to freeze your game, you would just lose everything you didn't have equipped. So it kind of made sense to dupe to an extent. Alright, so let's just rest up here and then we'll head on to Draconia. That and the drop rate. Well, that's the thing. I mean, can you imagine getting something like, you know, an SGS or a Psycho Wand or a Lavis Cannon and then just losing it online? Hey, Amada, good to see you. I mean, stuff was a bit easy to get on GameCube, particularly if it was from rare enemies, because you could just pipe trick them at the cost of just wearing your GameCube out, but people did it anyway. Myself included. Okay, so we now need to head to Draconia. Guide, tell me where Draconia is. Right, where is Draconia? Is it to the east? Is that right? Yeah, it's northeast more or less. Okay. It's so hard trying to find some original trainers for PSO above 360p. Yeah, that's a slight issue when you're looking for like videos from a 20-odd-year-old game. I know that even when I was doing like my lore series, like the first episode, just for that video footage of Pioneer arriving at Raggle, I literally had to go into Blueburst and record it from Blueburst because you could not find a good quality video of it anywhere. It is nice we finally got the full overworld theme again on this. Now we've got a full team. But yeah, just to reiterate about PSO, when the anniversary event does go live, which should be sometime in August, the weekend streams will probably just be PSO for those few weeks, just so we can try and get some good stuff while we can. The midweek streams I'll probably keep as Classic Phantasy Star because I do want to try and get through them. I also do want to play the Front Mission 3 remake at some point. I believe that releases tomorrow, I think. It's either today or tomorrow. Or Friday. At some point this week, anyway. I'm not sure when we'll stream that yet, though. Cool to see FM3 again. I want to see how good a job they've done with the remake. Because, like I said, the original footage of it was terrible. But then the recent trail they did look massively improved. So I'm quietly confident. Honestly, still amazes me those games got remade. I thought they were too niche. Okay, so we want to head a little bit east and then north. Just started Space Marine Mastercrafted Edition. Wasn't expecting much, but so far it's quite fun. Is that... what is that exactly? Is it a remaster of the original Space Marine? Because I did play the original Space Marine. It was pretty fun. I used to play 40k anyway, so it kind of appealed to me a bit. I stopped collecting 40k because it's pretty much one of the most expensive hobbies you can possibly imagine. Imagine you'd rather eat and pay rent. Yeah, those are slightly higher priority. Okay, so this should be the passageway to Iridia. To Draconia, sorry. Yeah, the Dragon Tea glows, so we are going the right way. Okay, another one of these. Passageway to Draconia, there we go. It's got 4K graphics, higher frame rate, improved controls, and like, oh nice. Yeah, I remember playing the original Space Marine. I didn't think it was too bad. I didn't think it was a fantastic game or anything, but I thought it was, it was fun enough. Believe me, I played a lot of really bad 40k games, so it was actually good to get a decent one. Okay, what is the way through this hell? Front Mission 3 was quite technically advanced for its time. We know this because the PlayStation slows down to 4 frames per second when Ryogo fires his machine gun. Yeah, that is not a lie either. It is quite a good game. I mean, I know like the actual overview of the map and everything. It looks quite, I suppose, looks quite primitive because it is kind of just 2D models on the map. But then when you go to little combat scenes, it does actually change the 3D models of all the mechs, which is really cool. Okay, so do we go south from here? Okay, this is not a nice pattern, but we have to do it, so we will. So I want to go 2 more along from here. making fun of it, but it was actually quite advanced. Yeah, I mean, for the time, for a PS1. So that's the second one. That's the third one. So then from here, we go up 2. Because I got absolutely info-bombed by YouTube Shorts, I had to at least check it out as it was on Game Pass. Yeah, Game Pass is great, honestly. I know bits of the lingo and Hail Grandfather Nagel. Oh, so are you a Chaos worshipper then? Sounds like heresy to me. I say that I played mainly Dark Eldar when I played, so I was also a heretic. Yeah, the 40k universe, if you think my PSO lore videos are long, getting into 40k lore is like a whole other thing. 40k lore is ridiculous. A whole new generation of people are going to go bananas that Square Enix created an optional bulletin board fake internet in 2000. The internet thing in Front Mission 3 is really cool. I can't remember if I showed that much on the stream I did of it, because you kind of unlock more of it as the game goes on. But yeah, it basically has like its own internet browser in the game. Obviously it isn't connected, it's all within the boundaries of the game, but it's really cool. Okay, so from here we should just go down, right and up. Is 40k tabletop stuff cheaper in the UK? I don't know how expensive it is outside the UK. Over here it is ridiculously expensive. I mean, there's probably third-party sellers that sell it a bit cheaper, but you know, when I used to collect it, I mean, I started collecting it in like the very late 90s, but 1998 I think, which ages me incredibly. But yeah, the rate that the prices have gone up is absurd. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Tricky on Front Mission, where you've got these like little optional quests where you have to like hack passwords and stuff. I always remember like the really convoluted method to get like the ultimate mech in the game. It was really cool to actually work it all out. I think most of this stream is just going to be me stuck in these passageways getting ambushed constantly. I mean, the fights are not hard, they just slow me down. I think we definitely do need to get a new gun for Ren though, even if it is only a single target, just because he's not being that useful now. I just want to leave. Please let me leave. The Primax, Astartes, the Inquisition, Blood Angels, Death Guard, etc. Yeah, there is a lot going on. I think if you do want to sort of familiarize yourself with 40k lore, I think a really good place to start is if you look into stuff like the Horus Heresy. The Horus Heresy is basically the event that kicks off most of the events of 40k, so it's quite a big deal. You're really going to give me a fight on the last tile. Fine. Thought it could happen to me because a wrestler I follow had custom Death Guard ring gear. So I was like, oh, what's Death Guard? And then I got ruined. Yeah, Death Guard are the very stinky boys. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he literally keeps a prisoner. Yeah. Best faction, Death Corps of Krieg. Yeah, they are really cool. I always wanted to collect Imperial Guards, or whatever they're called now. 'Cause the problem is they changed a lot of the names of all the factions, so I find it kind of difficult to know what they are now. Whole New World song and PSO is so good, just listening to it now. Whole New World is, yeah, it's kind of iconic for the series now. Even goes into PSO too. Okay, so we are in Draconia. Kind of forgot to play Phantasy Star for a bit. So we need to head to somewhere called Endora. I assume I've been there before. Right, where is Endora and where is it in relation to where I am now? I think it might be the place where we've got to get a boat across to it. So we can go to Lensol, possibly. Or is it the one across the peninsulas? It is. So it's a massive walk. Lovely. Okay, it's going to take a while. Are they going to bring back Jagatai Khan? Who knows? Beware the Buzzgull, the Andon, the Chirper. These flies at the back are actually annoying because they do poison. These are like the reminder that poison exists, because once you get to the point where all the machines start showing up, it kind of feels like poison just goes away in this game. But these guys just like to remind you that no, you can still get poisoned. Okay, so this is going to take a while. I've just realised how strong Sari is as well. I haven't been paying attention, but she's only got one force knife at the minute and then one slightly lesser knife, which is doing like 280 damage and has over 200 health. She feels incredibly broken. Okay, maybe what we do, because there is a town just to the south here, maybe we stop off there just to quickly get healed up. I think it's worth doing. Yes, this is Lensol, and then we've basically got a long walk northeast by the looks of the map to get to our next town. I bet the Power Topaz is the in-universe explanation. Maybe it is. I mean, it is called the Power Topaz. And she was quite keen on keeping hold of it, so maybe that's why. While we're here, actually, let's just quickly check a weapon shop and just see if there's any good guns for around. Mortarian figure is £100. Is that really how much it is? Yeah, like I said. I think you pretty much need to own oil shares or own a bank to fund Warhammer now. There is Laconium shop, but I've got no idea how that compares to what we've got. And I know there was a gun that was more expensive than that, so maybe we hold off on that. Now we do have the laser shot. Maybe we'll just go with that for now then. Yeah, we'll give him the laser shot for now. I know it's only one target, but it might help for a bit. Hi, Jokey. Is anything affordable nowadays? No. Okay, so now begins our long journey northeast. It won't be that long. But it's long enough. Yeah, I probably stopped collecting Warhammer about 10 years ago, maybe. And it's gone way more now. It does feel like the leveling is slowed down. And it's probably about time because there was just power leveling. Yeah, I hope you have a good time with Space Marine Elite. I think the second one's meant to be really good as well. I haven't tried that one though. Sari also seems pretty quick as well. Kind of feels like she has almost no downsides. The only downside I can see is that she can't use techs. Considering you have to get a loan from the bank to even think about looking at a monomate, nothing is affordable. Can I also just say dreadnoughts are mental? Yeah, there is a reason why this even in death they still serve. Yeah, I mean, on the Space Marine side, I thought, yeah, I used to collect, I started with Ultramarines originally, like pretty much everyone does when they start, but I eventually went back and collected Blood Angels for a while, which is basically full of absolutely mental people who, they basically have visions where they see everyone as Horus, and Horus was the one that killed their, like, big boss, so to speak, so they just go, they're like delusional and they just think everyone is Horus. Why play 40k when you could play Space Marine 69k? That's a real question. The man himself, Henry Cavill, is a custodesman. Yeah, he's a massive Warhammer fan, isn't he? I love how he's like the biggest nerd. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what you'd type that. I could watch Henry Cavill all day. Oh, too much information. I don't think so. I imagine a lot of people probably feel the same, honestly. I really hope I've gone the right way here. I think we are going for the world record of number of encounters we can get before we get anywhere. Henry Cavill is the I'm not gay, but. I think this is the right place. The music change is quite jarring. It is. So yeah, Phantasy Star 3 does dynamic music. Phantasy Star 3 does not do that dynamic music well. They were ambitious. Are there ever any equipment drops in the older Phantasy Star games? So in the first game, when you defeat monsters, you'll quite often get a chest after you defeat them. They'll usually have Mazetta in. I can't remember if there's ever a situation where you actually get gear from a monster. I'm trying to think now. There probably is somewhere. Yeah, in this game, when you defeat monsters, you just get experience in Mazetta, and then obviously you buy all your gear. There is a couple of bits of gear you can find from chests. It's most like 40k, but way cheaper. They have 3D printed models of all the games Workshop stuff, and in some cases made to look better. Yeah, know what Games Workshop like, I would imagine that they'll probably get a cease and desist fairly soon. Because they are very litigious. Alright, we've got anything here I need to buy? The normal fare. So what is the reason for us being here? Literally just a rest. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you also do get Dark Falls in the chest as well. That is true. If 3D printers are saviors of geeks around the world. I think a lot of people get 3D printers though and don't really realise what they're getting into, because I think a lot of people seem to think that you buy a 3D printer and you just, you know, do what you want with it and get what you want. But you still need to know where to get the models from. You still need to know how to prep the finished models and everything, so there is still work involved. I know generally when you 3D print stuff, you'll quite often get like, quite often be held on like scaffolding to hold the model up while it's printing, and you have to basically get rid of all that and, you know, sand it and everything, so it is still quite a bit of work. Jumped in from Twitch, there really is a mod. He's here. Here's what I should really try, but the whole thing of files is already on TPB, so good luck with that. Yeah, I have no doubt about it. I imagine, you know, if they shut one place down, it's really gonna, you know, someone else can do it, aren't they? A lot of people do that for a living, and it's also way cheaper thanks to it. Oh, definitely. Welcome to Endora. I only played Space Marine because it was free. I mean, that is the advantage of Gamers Pass, isn't it? I mean, hasn't the remaster of that just released really recently? So that's quite good if it's on Game Pass already. To reach Technigo, down Cape Dragon Spine, and cross over the sea, the engineers live there. Oh yeah, I remember you talking about the engineers, which is very ominous. I say played, I'm playing it now, not now, but then now, when, just now. Okay. So, where do we go from Endora? So, walk east and go south at the peninsula. Yeah, 3D printing's a little bit fickle sometimes. The place I used to work in, we 3D printed a lot of stuff, and quite often you would set something printing just before you left, and then you'd come back to it the next day, because, you know, sometimes it would take hours and hours to print, and you come back in and it'd just be like a pile of mess on the printer. You're like, oh, I guess we'll do that again then. And we've got an upgraded fly. Looks like they're quite melee resistant. They hit quite hard actually, they did 23 damage, which to Sari is nothing, but to our weaker characters is quite a bit. There was like a huge differential in our party limit between characters. We've got Sari with 206 health and then, you know, Thea with 83. So is it here we're going? Is that, am I following this right? Or have I done the usual of not reading the map properly? Oh no, I think we are actually right. It looks like the fly has a music box turnkey in its stomach. You wind it up and it starts, you know, playing a tune for you. High level but low HP must be a force. I think she does have some techs. She's a strange character. She has some techs, but she uses a slicer as well. So if we're going by PSO standards, maybe she's a 4-mal. Well, I recognise that. That is the thing that abducted Maya at the start of the game. And I'm sure it wasn't it Lyle that abducted her? I mean, we're going to talk to her. Climb onto my back, I'll take you over to Techna. Cool. I kind of thought we'd go a bit faster, but he also looks quite confused. He is just a little guy. At last I can tell you my long-held secret. Would it be that you're a dragon? Good to see him as well. I have the power to change into a dragon. I'd kind of worked that out, to be honest. I guess that also does mean that, yes, he was the one that abducted Maya at the start. Yes, it was I who stole Maya so very long ago. And to think I trusted you. Now, who'd have thought? Please don't tell Reese. God, they're well on. Yeah. Don't tell your dad that I tried to kidnap your mother. Well, I didn't try, I did. Oh, okay, that was unexpected. Little bit farewell to Thea, and then he died. Yeah, he just died of cringe and peaced out. Yeah, that was sudden. I'm not sure if that's the worst death we've had so far. I think the exploding guy in Phantasy Star II is still pretty bad. Well, that is definitely up there. The fact that he just shows up, offers you a lift, tells you he's a dragon, says, "Oh yeah, by the way, I abducted your mother. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna peace out and die now." They are comparable, yeah. They're special in their own ways. Well, rip to Lyle, I guess. Thanks for the lift. I assume we're meant to go here. Maybe that's why he flew so slow, because he was, you know, he was trying not to die. Yeah, greatest cinematic deaths in history. Welcome to Tekna, the Castle of Power. That's a really badass place for a name, you know? The Castle of Power. At least he gave you a lift before he died. It would have been quite inconvenient, wouldn't it? If we'd have got there and he just died before he given his lift. Say, well, I guess we're stuck on this side then. Someone go and get the boat. Now, before we throw around terms like betrayal and cook, let's give Lyle a chance to explain himself. I'm betraying you. You cook. I just like how like nonchalantly it was. It was just like, oh yeah, by the way, it was me who tried to abduct your mother years ago. Don't tell your dad though. I thought I had a lot of money and then I saw the prices. So what is recommended to actually buy here? Because that is a lot of money to get all that. Oh jeez, it's basically all of it. Oh no. I feel a grind session coming on. Right, so we need to get Ren a pulse cannon. That is the most important because he's quite lacking in damage at the minute. Still cheaper than that one time they tried selling a Laconian pot for tons of Mazetta. Can't remember the number. Isn't it something stupid like 1 million or something? Yeah, Laconian must have crashed in price, I'm guessing. And then PSO would just throw it away. He thought it was Dragon, but it was me, and then he just died. Right, well, we will buy the pulse cannon. The Ren. Let's also sell. We sell the ceramic shot. There's 1 billion for the Laconian pot. Okay. I knew it was some ridiculous number. Yeah, Risa heard Cadden, so she laughed. Yeah, we like summon the spirit of Risa just by mentioning guns. Okay, I guess we can sell this laser shot then. Because I assume the pulse cannon is stronger. Okay, so we've got a bit of money back from that. What else should we get? Saria Laconian knife. That's quite cheap, and Saria is doing a lot of damage, so maybe that is worth getting. $1 billion is for a cat technically, but close enough. Yeah, I'm assuming with us giving us all this gear upgrades, I'm assuming that there's maybe a big event coming up. Because this is a lot of upgrading. So we will buy, yeah, we'll buy Sari the Laconian knife to replace one of her knives. We've got 16k left. Recommends a Laconian slicer for Thea and a Laconian sword for Ein. The sword is 15k. The slicer is 17k. Oddly, it doesn't recommend the claws. That's strange. I wonder why it doesn't recommend upgrading Mia's weapons. How much is that in cheeseburgers? Oh wait, that's Phantasy Star 1. I do miss the burgers and colas. Yeah, so I think we need to grind for a bit, unfortunately. I don't want to, but I don't think we have an option. Okay, so the cutting knife can replace the steel knife. Yeah, that was a massive damage increase. Yeah, I miss the pizza music as well from Phantasy Star 1. How is she still level 1? Yeah, the way the characters level in this is really weird, so they all level at completely different rates, it seems. I mean, you see how strong she is at level 1. Back to Space Marine for me. Have a great rest of the stream. We're doing it tomorrow night, right after killing Yath. Yeah, no worries, Ellie. Good to see you as well, and enjoy Space Marine. Yeah, basically it's what which the characters are... It's kind of hard to compare them because you can't compare characters level to level in this. I mean, Ren and Muse levels carry over from Gen 1. And Ayn... Well, Fair we got way after Ayn, but she's higher level because she levels super fast. And then Sari seems to level really slowly, but is really strong already. Whereas Thea was really weak when we first got her, but leveled really quickly. So it's very weird. Okay, that's a pretty strong gun for Ren. Cool. Plutonium Law was that once it was forged, it was practically indestructible, but it also wasn't good for bladed weapons because they could never be sharpened, but armor and house goods were great. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah, I guess that explains why there isn't many melee weapons. I mean, I know in PSO there is the Laconium Axe in Blue Burst. So is there anyone else in this town I can speak to? I like to speak to the NPCs just to see if there's any more flavor text. I'm guessing you're a boat person, maybe? Don't you know, Prince? Satellite is Azura. Like how you're implying that I know what Azura is, but... This plague of cyborgs comes from Satellite. Why is this one dude different? The cyborgs have taken over our castle. Not the castle of power. They left the door open though. The castle dungeon can take you to Satellite. Okay, so I guess that's where we're going. Beware. Only in Tales is it a place of peace. That's a very weird turn of phrase. Only in Tales is it a place of peace. Yes, I'm assuming that's where we go next. We'll probably need to upgrade beforehand. Yeah, looks like we've got a big dungeon ahead, so we probably need to grind for that gear first. Right, we do need to heal up as well, and then we'll get some grinding in. I know it's always the exciting part of the stream. I feel for the most part, though, Phantasy Star 3, we haven't had to grind too much. Certainly not as much as 2 anyway. Alright, so I guess we can just fight around here. What's any RPG without the grind? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it looks like here we've got upgrades on all the monsters, so... What's an RPG without the grind? An adventure game. Yeah. Not that it matters when Sari is still one-shot and stuff. Wait, how is he a fight weaker? Oh, we've been poisoned. Just for a change. Well, it is the first poison this stream at least, so... That is quite a lot of experience and quite a lot of money. Who's got a good ante? You've got ante 9. You got 6. I felt like Dragon Quest XI had one of the best balances of random battles of any RPG I played. This hasn't been too bad. I mean, I think we determined last time that because I'm using the walk speed mod, that's probably increasing the encounter rate anyway. But yeah, it doesn't feel too bad so far. Passageways are really bad for amounts of battles, but I guess it was the way back in the day of like padding the game out and making you take a bit longer with it. Right, we're gonna attempt an ante. It worked. Hi Blader, good to see you. I think Ayn, yeah, Ayn can use Rester. Ayn has a really strong Rester now. What retro game did I play? First Zelda game was Link to the Past. I think that is... Yeah, it's probably the first one I played. I've not played many Zelda games, so I'm generally not a huge Zelda fan, honestly. I know it's like a massive no-no to a lot of people, but yeah, generally I'm not a huge fan of Zelda games for the most part. Although I will say that I did skip a lot of them because I didn't have the consoles that were on at the time. The old school grind, stick close to town, walk backwards and forth, go heal at town when needed. It's the easiest way to do it, honestly. Helps that we've got some like slightly higher level enemies here as well, so they're giving a bit more experience and a bit more money. I do wonder how much harder it would have been for them to just animate like idle animations for the monsters. I'm not asking for much, just having the fly's wings move when it's idle would be a start. Personalised Zelda 2 more than one. If the power to turn into a dragon, time to die. Yeah, that Lyle thing was really, really funny. I was really not expecting that. I'd kind of put it together that Lyle was probably the dragon because, you get the lift from the dragon and then you're immediately talking to Lyle. It was like, okay. I was not expecting to just... as Drax said, die of cringe immediately after talking to me. I didn't realise I had that effect on people. Yeah, Ren's doing quite a bit more damage now, which is nice. He's only hitting one target, but I think that's better than not being able to kill anything. I'm sorry a 30-year-old game had to break it to you. Yeah, I must go, my people need me. Lyle died on his way home. I also like the idea that Lyle obviously left that cave that he was in, because he was in that cave with Reese and Maya. I like the idea that he's just left Reese and Maya in the cave. Like the final prank on Reese. It's like, I abducted your wife when we were younger, and now I'm just going to abandon you in this cave, and you think I'm going to come back, but actually I'm going to die. Yeah, Lyle doing the long game with the pranks. Well, the good news is we are earning a lot of money from each fight, so hopefully it won't take too long to get some of this gear. Let's see. Yeah, we're up to 19k. We are going to need a lot of money though to get all this gear. I feel like these enemies that we're fighting here are about the right level for us, because they are doing a decent amount of damage to us, but we are killing them okay. Only thing that's a shame is that we can't see what the Twitch people are saying. Yeah, I've mentioned it before, jokey, but the reason is basically because certain platforms don't like you showing the chat from other platforms. Yeah, just keep spamming Garessa when you're on full health, that works. Oh, we're poisoned again, lovely. Yeah, I know a lot of streamers do have it on the screen with like a combined chat. I know there is like apps you can use to combine the chats. Technically, you're not meant to do it. I've run into that a few other streamers, you know. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think they basically see it as like promoting other platforms. Which is odd because I still have like Twitch follower pop-ups on my channel. I never had any issues with that. But if I did YouTube, say membership pop-ups or subscriber pop-ups, that's an issue. So I think it's more that Twitch doesn't like you having YouTube stuff on screen. Could be the other way around as well, but it is a little annoying. So there is poison, but she is full health, so we don't need to do anything about that yet. I think it's a bit of a shame, honestly, because, you know, they allow you to multi-stream now, which is, you know, it is nice that you can actually multi-stream now. There was a long period where you weren't even allowed to do that. But I kind of feel that if they're allowing you to multi-stream, they should allow you to show things from other platforms. Jesus bruised, there you go. Yeah, I know we were discussing the PSO 25th anniversary earlier. I had to put some people right recently because there's been a thing going around Twitter. I mentioned earlier that there is a roadmap for NGS with a silhouette of a Rappy on it, and so many people on Twitter keep saying it's a PSO2 Rappy. I'm like, it's not. So I've had to step in as the resident ancient person and, you know, show the young'uns that it's a PSO1 Rappy. I can't find other people think it's a PSO2 Rappy because it's in December. It's PSO's 25th anniversary in December. There is a collab with a Sega game in December, which is obviously going to be PSO. Why would it be a PSO2 Rappy? And they look different anyway. It's Dark Falls Chirper, maybe. Well, Blade, I think what's happening is, I think they said there's going to be a limited quest or an urgent quest that's going to have PSO enemies in it. I think the Rappy is like a teaser for it. But yeah, it's definitely a PSO1 Rappy. If they add N-Spec Rune Replica or Rolf, I'm coming back. Still waiting for Luther. So on that track, they did show some artwork to advertise, I think it was for the 13th anniversary event for PSO2, which they've delayed until August. I think it's so it doesn't coincide with other stuff. And the artwork for that is, I believe it was Shiva and Luther. So there is a potential we might get some Luther stuff. It's basically it's like the official artwork for the 13th anniversary. They do it every year, but maybe we'll get something in game. I'm kind of surprised that we haven't had anything like the Luther outfits yet, honestly. In N-Spec anyway. Yeah, it was still good. But yeah, it did make me feel incredibly old that a lot of people just thought it was a PSO2 Rappy. I think I do forget though that PSO is coming up 25. You're fighting Shiva with Warframe music. Oh god, it's horrifying. Everybody about to become Alice. I mean, I'm assuming, you know, like people have said, I think the Phantasy Star franchise in general is 40 in, I want to say 2027. I mean, I would assume that NGS might be still going then. The only reason I'm saying that is because we know how long PSO2 Classic went for. They do seem to like keeping the games going a long time. Particularly on the Japanese side, at least. Whether global's still going, then I don't know, but don't cite the ancient PSO lore to me. I was there when it was written. Yeah, it did make me feel incredibly old. It was even on the because I'm on the NGS Creators Discord, and there was even people on there who thought it was PSO2. I was like, no. F3 lore is nice. The video was long but really cool, Sky. I wish I could take credit for that one. It's been so long since I've done the full episode 3 story. I still think it's one of the hardest Phantasy Stars to actually experience the story for, just because the game is genuinely difficult unless you've got like a really, really good deck. I always like your videos and try to comment. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think Ep 3, it really, really depends on you having a really strong, really strong card deck. So unless you're really lucky with drops for cards, it's really hard to actually get far in the story. Even though it looks like I hate NGS, I still keep up. Even the NGS videos get my like. I appreciate that. Yeah, I have to try and stay relevant to the modern Phantasy Star fans, you know. Pretend like I know what I'm doing for NGS. I mean, I will say, like, on the NGS front, I mentioned this on Twitter as well, but I kind of feel that with the NGS headlines, they really need to include some of the stuff that's been said in interviews in Japan, because there was a load more information about what's happening with NGS that just wasn't covered in the headline at all. And the only way I found out about it is because someone retweeted it was a Dengeki Japan article and had to translate it to read it. And that sort of cleared up some things as what was going to happen with NGS. And I kind of feel that kind of stuff should be in the headline. Yeah, the Dengeki article, exactly, yeah. That went into a lot of detail about kind of the plans we've got going forward. They obviously didn't confirm anything specifically, apart from something that was already announced, but they sort of hinted at things and kind of give us an idea of the direction they want to go in with the game. And I feel some of that information would really benefit from being in the NGS headline. The only thing I think of is that maybe there's like a time limit to how long they run the headline for, and maybe they just can't fit it in. But I kind of don't buy that, because in the last headline we had a section where they were covering it's a scratch for that new model kit range. It was something like Arcanadia, I think it's called. And they lingered on that for what felt like about over 5 minutes. And I kind of feel like if they cut that down, because we didn't need a really long segment on just that scratch for model kits that people outside Japan probably have no idea about. I'm sure it'll be a popular scratch, but they didn't need to spend so long on it. And I think that time could have been better used for things like what was in the Dengeki article. Still to this day, we're seeing people saying that PSO 2 is dead. I mean, it's hard to get a rough idea, really, because obviously we have no idea how well the Japan version's doing. And even on the Steam charts, you're only getting the numbers from the Steam global version. From what I've seen, the global version is it's fairly steady for player numbers. It's not good player numbers. It seems to be, on Steam at least, just over 1,000, which is not good, but it doesn't really seem to be declining or increasing. They do need to try and find ways of bringing new people in, though, for sure. Yeah, I auto-translated it as well, Drac, and some of the translations were really rough. I mean, Jokey, I think most NGS creators at some point during NGS have had an issue with how Sega handles the game. Myself included, there are things that I don't agree with NGS. I think with NGS, really, it is a game where if you like how it is at the moment, that's probably how it's going to continue. If you don't like how it is at the moment, it's probably not going to change a great deal. Affinia PSO gets 220 to 270 players in comparison. I mean, during the anniversary, it gets up to like 500-600 sometimes. It is kind of funny that Affinia can get about half the population of official NGS on global, but yeah. 30% player-based comment on new classes is completely deranged, though. What I thought was interesting that they mentioned is the clear rate for the hard content. So I think they said that it was only between 5 and 10% of players had beaten the final level of Masquerade. I'm in the 95%. I have not cleared that. Nowhere near it. And I would assume it's probably a similar clear rate for Malignant Vial as well. It does feel like that kind of content is designed for a very small number of people to be able to clear. Yeah, I know Karopi did. I can't remember if he quit the game for a while or if he stopped doing videos on it for a bit. I don't really keep up with his videos too much. But I think he did suffer from burnout for a while, didn't he? And again, I think a lot of NGS creators have probably been in the same boat. Ran into a full new player on Affinia this morning. Oh, cool. It's always good to see new people coming into PSO. That's one thing I do really like about having the YouTube channel, honestly. It's really nice seeing comments saying that like people have checked out the game because they've seen one of my videos. It's really nice to see. So when they start doing everything wrong in the game, blame me. Alright, so who was poisoned? Was it there? Yeah, just there. Yeah, the whole classes thing is a bit weird. So for anyone who didn't see it, who might play NGS, basically in the interview it says that we're probably not getting any more classes in NGS. Instead, what they're doing is this thing called, I think it's called EX style, which is coming later in the year. It seems to be a way to kind of customize how your class plays and having different variants for your class. The way they described it is that they wanted it to function almost like a third class. I don't know how that's going to work exactly. The teaser they showed was super quick. You could really not see much in it. But it is kind of weird that we've decided just not to have any more classes. I don't know how I feel about it. I need to see how the EX style thing works first. And I'm all for them adding new systems to the game, providing that they actually contribute some function. Mars is a little bit of a weird one. Mars seems to be... It's quite good for players who don't have great gear, because it does give you... It probably gives them a decent DPS increase overall. I think if you're running best in slot stuff, you're probably on par with Mars or better. But apart from that, Mars seems to be used for like really gimmicky things, so... It's used for things like, you know, popping in and out of Mars quickly. It's like a free heal. So people use it on Malignant Vial to get a free heal without using a heal. It's also used on Malignant Vial as well to basically cheese quite a lot of the final phase, because you can just kind of DPS through in the HP regen. It doesn't last the whole phase, it will run out, but... As a non-PSO2 player, I'd be more excited to play if they had some interesting story content that made me feel like I was going on an adventure. Story is definitely the massive failing point of NGS for sure. Yeah, NGS story is a really weird one. It started really badly, I thought. Then we had a chapter where it felt like all the story was going the right direction. They really improved the story. It was getting really interesting. And what we've done now is they've adopted this system now where we're basically doing mini episodes about every 2 months. Now, I have very mixed opinions on that. If the mini episodes are just not really progressing the story and are just like side episodes that don't really go anywhere, then I don't really have any interest in them. But if they do actually progress the story, I'm okay with it. get that it's easier. Why is Mars hated by some players? I think one issue I've seen with Mars is that it's a little bit spammy, I think, Mars. Generally, you do just kind of spam the same attacks over and over again, and then maybe use your like Hydro Determination on a down. There's not a whole lot of depth to Mars, really. I feel concept-wise, if they did SUVs, they should have done a beast mode as well. So concept-wise, I already dislike Mars. I mean, I guess they were kind of going for something similar to an SUV weapon from PSU. But honestly, it does feel a bit underwhelming, I think, Mars, personally. I mean, things like the Hydro Determination do an absolute ton of damage. There is times where you should use it. But it just doesn't feel... It just doesn't feel like a necessity to use, in my opinion. Which is good or bad, depending on how you look at it. Irresponsible end sphere usage isn't a major factor in my decision to play games, sadly. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're into the fashion side, then NGS is fantastic. It is really, really good for that. But there are also a lot of people who really don't care about the fashion side, so for them, it's maybe not going to be as appealing. Yeah, Jockey, it does feel like it's taken a long time to get through this first episode, if you want to call it that. It's taken 2 years to get more than mini episodes. Yeah, it is taking a long time to get like a major story episode. I do wonder what the rationale is for changing over to doing all the mini episodes, honestly. I mean, like I said, it could work out well if they do use the mini episodes to actually advance the story. I'm okay with it. If it's a mini episode once every 2 months and it actually advances the story to some degree, then I'm alright with that. If it's a mini episode every 2 months and it's, you know, Ina's adventures talking to her dad again, then I'm less interested. Fashion's alright, but I think it's hard to turn it into a primary draw. I mean, there are a lot of people, Tricky, who play PSO2 purely for the fashion. I've mentioned it before, there are literally people, particularly on the Japanese side, who have very, very successful Twitter accounts that are entirely based on like NGS screenshots and fashion. There is definitely a market for people who just want to play for the fashion side. But that also isn't for everyone. Yeah, for me, the way I see it is, the roadmap that we've got so far, I think July is a little bit sparse. We've got the Alter Realm coming up, which looks interesting, but it kind of feels like they're wanting us to do a lot of Alter Realm in July because there isn't a whole lot else that month. After that, particularly towards the end of the year, it does look like there's quite a lot to do. It's, to me at least, it feels like we are kind of putting a lid on episode 1, if you want to call it episode 1, and we're prepping for ep 2. That's how it feels to me anyway. It just slightly confused matters when the game is called NGS version 2, but... yeah, I think for me, like, the core of the game is okay. I think the gameplay and everything is more or less fine. There needs to be some class rebalancing, but that is coming as well, so... yeah, I think the gameplay side of it isn't too bad. I will say that it does depend on you sort of subscribing to the like limited time quest method of quest delivery. If you're not into, you know, running new LTQ every few weeks, then it's maybe not for you. That seems to be the definite way they want to go with NGS. Right, how much money we got? 29k, that's not too bad. Let's see if we can buy anything else. really want to leave the planet, but I don't think we ever will. It's hard to say, honestly. I think a lot of that is going to depend on what happens with this Alter Realm and the new enemies we're getting there. The hilariously named High Enemies. I kind of feel like they're prepping for something with these High Enemies. It would be cool to leave the planet. I mean, for me, it's not an absolute necessity. I mean, I know space travel is generally quite a core thing with Phantasy Star, even going back to these classic games. But it's also something that hasn't really been a feature in every game. I mean, yeah, for PSO, you could technically say, you know, yeah, you arrive at Ragol on a spaceship. And I guess in Up 2 there is a VR spaceship map, I suppose, but that's the newest you get to it. But yeah, it's not like we've had space travel in every single Phantasy Star, but it is quite a common thing. For me, I genuinely think we may leave Halpha at some point. But I don't know what events would need to happen to trigger that. The only thing I can think of is that maybe it ties in with PSO2 Classic. They do seem to be hinting at the link between them, so maybe something happens with that and there's a link there that gets established. We were actually meant to check the weapon shop there and we just completely failed to do that. Yeah, the whole Nameless City and Darkfall's Vial thing was kind of... We were hinting towards, I mean, obviously it showed things like the PSO2 Arc ship, so we know they are pushing towards that to some degree. They wouldn't have shown it if there was no reason for it. Space travel's more of a way to change the setting more so than an actual game mechanic. Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. Again, I'm not against us leaving Halpha. I think, you know, it could be good for the game. I'm just interested to see where we're going. I mean, I think they have said that for the time being, they don't have any new exploration areas planned. It seems like any new areas we're going to get for the time being are going to be like quest instanced areas, like Nameless City, like Alter Realm. That, honestly, I'm okay with, because I think the exploration sectors in NGS are some of the most underutilized things in the game. There's barely any reason to go to a lot of them. Oh yeah, I know, Jokey, yeah. Yeah, your character is the same one from base. Alright, let's buy this Laconian sword. I think we want that, don't we? Of course he's full on items, so we will sell something. Oh, but it's still that laser sword for a start. And buy that. Yeah, it was funny what we said before. I can't remember if it was Drac that said it. It seems like there is a bit of a curse with Phantasy Star where the third game always seems to be like the slightly shaky one. Okay, that was a fairly small attack increase, but it was an increase, so we'll take it. I was hoping for a bit more than that from 15k, but never mind. So what else do we need? We need... We've got the Laconian knife for Sari, I think. Yep. We also need... We've got the pulse cannon for Ren. We need a Laconian slicer for Thea. And then we need... Yeah, it's like 3 armors we need as well. Jesus. Oh, back to the ground again. I was hoping to get a bit further in this stream, but I didn't realise how much grind we're going to have to do for this next gear. Yeah, Zafeto has a habit of just appearing, disappearing, apparently being dead, and then reappearing again. Zafeto is the ghost of Phantasy Star past. He remembers the old lighting on the old PSI2 engine. Yeah, they still need to fix that. It always shocks me whenever I play a PSI2 Classic now and I see how ugly it looks now. Just 2 seconds, guys. I just need to be right back a second. Sorry about that. It's fine. After the 3rd game, they will make a 4th. It'll be a banger, as you'll see in Phantasy Star 4. Does anyone here have a robo vacuum? Such a random question. I do not have a robo vacuum. We could do with one here, though, to be fair, to get rid of some of these. I bet Ren could do it. Yeah, so we know that all these cyborgs are now getting sent from some satellite, which we're being told the satellite is somewhere called Azura. But we don't really know what Azura is. I'm assuming it's a new area or a new dungeon or something. You would name your Robo Vacuum Red Ring Rico. It sure is a satellite. Yeah, I mean, I suppose if it's a satellite, that I guess that implies space. I would assume. Azura Star. Yeah, maybe it is space related. Very close to finding out. Oh my god, Sari actually leveled. Yeah, she barely got any stat increases. She got about, what, 4 or 5 health? So I get the impression Sari is not going to get much stronger than she is now. Also, Drac, I should probably say as well, I actually played a bit of Elite Dangerous. I did the FPS tutorial part of it, which was fine. And then I was doing some of the tutorial quests for the spaceships. The combat one did not go well because I don't know if it was a bug with the game or something, but the combat drone kept flying outside of the area, so I couldn't actually go after it. It was very annoying. I tried to go after it and I'd go, oh no, you can't leave the area. And it'd bring me back to the middle of the area again. And the guy was just like staying outside. It was very weird. I think I'm gonna try it with controller as well, because I tried it with keyboard and mouse, which worked fine for the FPS part. I found the controls to be very overwhelming, the keyboard and mouse for the spaceship control. So I was trying to remember what all the buttons were, and I could not remember anything. I mean, it was telling me in the tutorials, obviously, but I was just thinking, like, as soon as I get out of these tutorials, I'm never going to remember any of this. So maybe try it with a controller and see if it's any better. I mean, it seemed fun enough. It was just, yeah, just that one tutorial mission was infuriating because every time I tried destroying it, it was like, oh no, you can't go there. You're outside the area. I was like, but I need to destroy it. Your aircraft carrier Prince of Wales is here in Singapore for a protocol. Oh, cool. Yeah, Drake, I'll probably try it again with the controller. Just see if I have any more luck with it. Okay, we're back up to 20k again. So we needed 17k for the slicer, and we also need 3 armors. We'll see I'm enjoying the extra buttons for stuff like heat sinks, chaff, etc. Are the controller controls for these spaceships quite intuitive then, or? It's unique but intuitive enough, okay. Yeah, it was really weird. I was thinking, like, am I doing something wrong in this tutorial? It kept telling me, like, oh no, you can't run away from the drone. And I was like, I'm not running away. I'm trying to go to where it is so I can shoot it. Yeah, I think I'm going to try and get a new pad anyway, Drac. I want to get one that's got paddles on the back because I am kind of missing them at the minute. Right, so what armor do we need as well, just so I know how much money I actually need to get? Kind of dreading this. Oof. So we need a royal chest, which is like just over 6,000. A force vest. So that's like just over 10,000. And a steel robe. So that's about roughly 17k in armor. plus 17k in weapons, so we need about, what, 34k? Jeez, well, a bit less because we can sell some gear as well, but... Even without new controller, you could bind them to a keyboard key. You shouldn't be spamming them anyway. Okay. I wish they would remaster Freelancer, still the best spaceship game. I used to play a ton of Freelancer. I used to love that game. That's why when a few people said they were really dangerous, and I saw how it played, I thought, kinda looks a bit similar to Freelancer. Yeah, I used to spend a lot of time on Freelancer. Mainly on private servers, but... yeah, really fun game. Okay, so we're averaging about 500 Mazetta a fight. And we need another 14k. That's a lot of fights. Yeah, apologies that this part of the stream is not the most interesting. Unfortunately, it is very necessary. Showing our age here, yeah. I mean, to be fair, Stephen, I mean, I think that the fact that I played PSO GameCube when it released kind of ages me enough anyway. Let's try going to Pamatano Terminal. It's somewhat close to the starting area. Friends with a minor faction there. There's a cool asteroid station you can visit. I think I saw... it was either you or Kilniath when you were streaming it. I think I saw one of you go there. Yeah, I think Elite does feel similar to Freelancer. Start some missions there. There's combat zones for ship combat and on-foot missions, or try hauling stuff if you want to trade or haul passengers. Okay. You were in high school when PSO came out. Yeah, I was... I'm trying now. So I got in PSO with GameCube, which was well, for me it was 2003. So I was in college, I think. So yeah, quite a long time ago. Had to borrow money from my sister to buy a Dreamcast. I still can't imagine playing PSO and Dreamcast back at release. It must have been crazy, having like a console RPG you could play online. Makes me wish I really had a Dreamcast when it was released. I was a PlayStation boy, unfortunately, so... well, not unfortunately, because I did enjoy PlayStation as well, but... yeah, I missed out on PSO the first time round. You would have liked to have tried V1 Humor. Just name him God. Yeah, V1, the only time that humor has been relevant. Don't poison me. When it came out on GameCube, all my friends got it and it's what consumed my year after graduation. Yeah, I have said this before, but PSO like nearly ruined my university. Because I got so far behind on university work because I couldn't stop playing PSO. That would have been Blue Burst though, I think. GameCube wasn't an issue because I was in an art college, and art college was like the easiest thing ever, so... It was also a complete waste of time, but... He loves to relive when you tried PSU. It was so bad. At least Ethan died a lot. Yeah, I suppose if you're playing single player on PSU. Yeah, I guess you were just like condemning Ethan to his fate. Oh, you were a conscript in the army at the time? Oh, cool. Yeah, I would have loved to have tried Dreamcast like back when it was actually active. It would have been really interesting, but I never had a Dreamcast until very recently. Right, I know this won't heal Aang, but it's fine. Good thing you waited until turning 40 to go to college. What did you do, Jockey? Did you just decide to go back? Was it like a career change or something, or...? I mean, for what it's worth, when I did college and uni, and then I went into a completely different career, so... How are we doing for money? 25k, we are getting there. If you want a promotion, you need a degree. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, for me, I basically went to uni, and then the field that I went to uni in, I finished uni in about 2008, which was pretty much exactly when the massive financial crash happened and everyone lost their jobs. Which is a great time to be trying to find work. Would recommend. So we quite quickly gave up on that and went for something else. Started as a factory worker, then you made your way to working in a lab. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think it's totally respectable going back to college or university to retrain if you need to. At one point, I was R&D for Goodyear tyres at the Global HQ until I laid a load of salary people off. Oh, okay. Sorry to hear you got laid off though. That sucks. Yeah, for me personally, it was a total career change. I did 3D design in college, then that transitioned to games design in uni, and then I left uni. There was no jobs anywhere because of the financial crash, and the games industry was not in a good way, and there was no jobs anywhere. So I was unemployed for quite a few years, and then eventually decided to basically reskill as an apprentice, and now I work in like systems in a hospital. So it's a slight change. Not a fun day. My mum passed from cancer the next morning. Oh, that's so awful. So sorry to hear that. Over here, the government is giving credit for people that want to reskill. I think I have 5k worth. Oh, nice. I think it's good when they do schemes like that because they need to realise that, you know, with how things are, a lot of people have lost their jobs, and you know, a lot of people will either need to or want to reskill. And I think if they can give incentives to help you do that, that's a really good thing for them to do. You should make a redeem with a video of your character doing the PSU dance one with the battle intro music from this game on the background. But the Phantasy Star III battle intro jump scare. Yeah, I do need to add more redeems. I never know what to do for them. Like, I am not creatively minded in that regard. I also need to do some sub badges for Twitch as well at some point. Instead, I'm going to do it for ages. Yeah, I need to sort a raid message out as well. I think I've got one, but it's disabled at the minute. I think the reason for that was because I thought, well, I won't get raided. I don't know why I thought that. But for some reason, I thought, I'm a tiny streamer. I'm not going to get raided. And then, of course, you get raided and there's no message. Right, how are we doing? Really only need 28k. Now I'm with a nice German company working in silicons. Most of the time I don't have any much to do except admin work. So I bullshit and watch YouTube and play stuff on my laptop when not doing classwork. Sounds good. You can use Get Rest all you want. You're not going to heal things that are on full health. Phantasy Star III Generations of grind. It really is. I mean, like I said, I don't think it was too bad until now, but the amount of money I need to get all the gear now is just a massive increase. So I think this is the first time I felt that it's been an extended grind session. I know it's not the most interesting thing to watch, but there is not much else I can do about it. It should have kept that to yourselves, Jokey. I will say my current job is very weird compared to my previous one. Like, my previous one, I had quite an overbearing manager who was very sort of like micromanaging. They would constantly check on you, check what you were doing, and it was really annoying. And comparing that to what I've got now, my current job, I basically go in and I see my manager like, what, maybe once a week if I'm lucky. It's fine, Sky, because we have Phantasy Star IV. That's what we need to keep remembering. If at any point we're starting to flag with Phantasy Star III, we just think 4 is coming. We're almost at 4. Alright, we're going for the ante. Oh my god, it actually worked. Yeah, I've been thinking about what we can maybe do for the 25th anniversary. I mean, I mentioned earlier that obviously I'm working on a video. I've been considering possibly, if I can get the logistics of it to work, maybe try and get Dreamcast PSO working and try and do like a really cursed version 1 stream. That'd be like obviously towards the end of the year if it happens, but a Phantasy Star version of Fantasy Life. I mean, it's right there, isn't it? Just, you know, change the F to a PH and you started. Done. Right, we're at 30k. Right, let's buy some gear and sell some of the stuff that we were using. And maybe we'll have enough. We might be a little bit short, but we will try and upgrade. So first, we need a Laconian slicer for Thea. It does say 1. Is there a reason why it's only 1? I'm guessing just because of the amount of money it costs. Okay, so we've got 13k left. So, for armors, we need a royal chest for Sari. Which we can just buy that straight up. So it's 6k left. Next is a force vest for Mir, which is 4,000. So let's sell some stuff now. Well, we can probably sell the force sword because we've got Laconian sword. You want the Phantasy Star tabletop book? Yeah, I mentioned it before. I'm probably going to skip that because I know it's just based on Espergenesis. It's cool that Phantasy Star is getting something though. And imagine, you know, if you're into making tabletop campaigns and you want to do a Phantasy Star theme one, seems like a good place to start. Alright, is there anything else we can get rid of? Anything on Ren? Nope. So we need a Laconian slicer. We can get rid of one of the ceramic slicers. And we can sell probably that steel knife. So yeah, we're using a force knife and a Laconian knife, so that's fine. So we can sell steel knife. And we can also sell the steel chest because we've got the royal chest. Yeah. So that's a bit of money. Okay, so Ein. Oh, it's Thea, wasn't it, that we need to upgrade? So Thea, one ceramic slicer and Laconian slicer. Okay, so we've got 11k, so we've got a decent amount of money. So we need a force vest and a steel robe. Let's get the steel robe first. Off there. We could technically buy the vest. We would have pretty much no money left. So others, I'll say no. I'll do a couple of fights outside just to get a bit of emergency money in case I need to get any heals or anything. She really has no defense there. So we can also sell the old armor that Thea had, which is that robe. Yeah, we'll do a couple of fights outside just to get a couple of thousand Mazetta just as a backup in case we need to heal or buy any mates or anything. Yeah, it has been nice to see the Phantasy Star franchise getting some recognition recently, you know, with the tabletop game, with the limited run merch collab. All we need now is just Sega to do something for the 25th. Aside from the NGS stuff. The NGS stuff is nice, but we need more. Yeah, we'll do maybe like another, what, 2 or 3 fights or so, and that should give us a nice little backup of money. Oh no, Sari has been poisoned. Right, she has over 200 health. I don't really care too much, to be honest. Thea is almost dead. So, Mew is normally quite fast, so let's have Mew throw out a Garesta. Let's also maybe have Ein do one as well, just to be safe. Okay, we've got one Garester off at least. 69 health, nice. There, Thea's in less risk of just getting instantly killed now, which is nice. Been running a homebrew game for D&D since high school. It's mostly based on nothing but the Phantasy Star series of the Sprinkler, Final Fantasy and Xenogears. Ah, cool. D&D's always been a weird thing for me. It's kind of something I've always had a passing interest in, but I've never actually got into it. Never actually done a campaign or anything. Alright, that should be enough. So we'll heal up, because we do have, looks like we've got a dungeon coming up soon, which I assume is the Castle of Power, which doesn't sound ominous in the slightest. Of course, we made the fatal mistake of how could we dare heal before getting rid of poison? That's why poison is so annoying in this game. Make a break for a first time playing D&D is what kind of DM you have. Yeah, I imagine the DM is crucially important to how your experience is. I mean, she's on 181 health. She doesn't really need to heal. Right, well, let's get that armor from you. And then she can sell her old one. Alright, sorted. So where do we need to head now? I'm assuming it's to the castle. They actually recommend having Thayer's text favouring Geresta and then changing Mew to favour of Versa. Does that actually mean we're actually going to be at risk of dying? I guess we can check the tech distribution while we're here. Wherever it is. There we go. So Mew at the minute. Yeah, so her reverse is fairly low at the minute. Yeah, the problem is if we increase Reverser. So if we increase it that way, we're losing Geresta. If we increase it that way, yeah, we're decreasing Geresta either way. I think maybe we'll just go with that. I guess we can check Thayer's while we're here. So, Thayer has a fair bit on Reverser. Yeah, honestly, I think I'm happy with that. Famous last words. Okay, so I guess we're going in the castle. Okay, back to the maps again. So we are at Techna Castle, I believe. Okay, I'm quite glad I checked the map for that. So you'd think you'd go in the door in front of you, but you don't. You go all the way along here. So Drac, you know how you were saying about these guys looking like Crimson Assassins? There you go. You have it where magic and text are totally separate. If you do one, you can't do the other. Oh, okay. I mean, our party is hitting really, really hard. I am a little bit concerned about Thayer's health. She's very low health, really. But we do seem to be killing things very easily. So maybe it'll be fine. But yeah, you actually enter this castle from the back. I mean, we do seem to be one-shotting a lot of things. Oh, there's a spooky high-tech passageway under the castle. Interesting. Alright, back to the maps again, I guess. So I'm assuming this would be Techno Dungeon, I would assume. Oh, that actually looks really complicated. I don't like that. There actually isn't that many treasure chest by looks of things. In fact, I think there might only be one. Yeah, it looks like just one, actually. Okay, so it recommends... So we're in the hangar now, apparently. So is this the hangar or the dungeon? Is that two separate things, or is it just that this guy uses different terminology? I think it just uses different terminology. Yeah, I think we're good. I had one guy who wanted to be a cast druid at one point, so I had to ask what the hell was the point. Did he want to be a wooden Beast Wars transformer? Said person lasted one session. Okay, so I'm just looking at this map to try and figure out what I'm actually looking at. First of all, let's grab that. Free try, mate. Okay, so what am I actually looking for in this dungeon? Because it looks like it all leads to dead ends. Okay, so go right and take the second down, apparently. So from here, go right. Okay, apparently missing nose now showing up. That did 20 damage just by rotating a bit. Hi, Start. Good to see you. Yeah, not going too bad, honestly. Just doing a bit more Phantasy Star 3. I think we're getting fairly close to the end of the second gen now, so making progress slowly. Is it down here it wants me to go? I think it wants me to go down here, maybe. Yeah, it does look like there's a path that leads all the way down. Yeah, the fact that Sari is doing like over 300 damage and hitting twice is just ridiculous. I think the objective may not be visible on the map. Yeah, I can see. I mean, there is something on the map to the left, but it's telling me to go a different way first, so I assume I come back to what I can see. That mob you called Missing Note? Remind me of HAL 9000, yeah. There is definitely a similarity, yeah. Okay, so that looks like it goes to a dead end. I will say the amount of enemies you can get on screen in this game is kind of crazy. I didn't expect to be fighting this many. I was worried about the guy at the back, and then he hit and did 5 damage, so I'm less worried about him now. But yeah, some of these robot designs are very weird. It does feel like not a lot from Phantasy Star III ended up in PSO. You could see in some of the early games like 1 and 2, there was a few enemy designs that you could see kind of inspired enemies in PSO. With this, less so. I mean, obviously Rappies. Okay, so there's nothing there. Yeah, I'm really not too worried about the fights. The dungeon itself isn't too big either as well. There's not that many ways you can go. Just looks like there's a lot of different dead ends. 3 was the red-headed stepchild of the series. We were saying earlier, it seems to be a thing with Phantasy Star where the 3rd game's always the slightly shaky one. So you got obviously this, then you know PSO episode 3 is the one that quite a lot of people don't like. Again, I myself do like it, but and then within GS obviously got, you know, PSO 2, NGS, and now we're technically on NGS version 2, I guess, if you want to count that. Okay, so there is nothing at all down here. Is there anything over here, maybe? No? Okay, nothing there. This entire side of the map feels a little pointless. There is another way we can check, so we will check that next. I mean, that is a lot of enemies. Yeah, the mech rappies, yeah. They did actually bring back mecha rappies in, I believe it was PSP 2 Infinity. They looked a bit different though. I just realised that that enemy is called Flopper. Man, we're still doing fine. It's clearly not that way. So there is another place a bit further along here, so we'll check this place next. I hate when these get rested when they're on full health because it just wastes time. No, the amount of enemies is ridiculous. I guess it's probably the nature of the game, I suppose, back in the day. They probably didn't want you to complete the game too fast, I guess, so I guess by giving you loads of enemies, it kind of slowed you down a bit. Okay, so it looks like there's maybe nothing here as well. So it looks like there's about 2 more ways I can go. No, me, it'll be the last possible place. How are we holding up? We can use a Garester. The worst are the ones that make this fluttering animation for every target of their spell. It takes forever. Okay, so from here we can go back up and right. It doesn't help me get ambushed as well because it makes things take even longer. Oh, they use Zan as well. Oh, I don't like that does like 17 damage to everyone. That's not nice. I like how I'm concerned about 17 damage, but I'm dealing like 400. Yeah, it just makes things take longer, doesn't it? And then we kill it in one shot anyway. Oh, Mew gained level. Oh, yeah, I don't think we need to heal quite yet. Okay, so from here, unfortunately, I have to go all the way back up to the top. I do find it kind of weird in this game as well that you can't miss, but it seems that you can't. Okay, so back there. There is a bit to the right. It's right here, so I should probably just check quickly, just to make sure there's nothing here. Yep, once again, nothing. Okay, so there is only... yeah, 2 more ways, I think. I just need to look at this map a bit so I can see if I'm actually going the right way here. So I've got a feeling I'm not actually. Ah, yeah, the way I'm going, there's a thing blocking the way. So I need to go... oh, that's really annoying. I was actually in the right place. Yes, I actually need to go back down here again. The way the map is, there's like one part of the map that you can get through to the area you need to go to. Well, the area I assume you need to go to anyway. Okay, so we need to go... I think it's to here, then across. Wouldn't take anywhere near as long if it wasn't fights every 2 seconds, but nature of the game, I guess. Because then we go through here. And then to the left, there should be a way through. Yeah. So this is what I missed last time. At least we're earning some good money. Yeah, Sari's really fast, which surprises me because of how strong she is. I kind of thought she'd be a really slow character with her doing so much damage. But no, she just seems to be incredibly broken. Let's just save. So it should be along here. Oh my god, we actually ambushed the monster for a change. It never happens. Okay, there is a person, so maybe we're going the right way. It's probably to make up for a lack of tech. Then again, you had Lena in previous generation who was completely useless. Yeah, exactly. And to be fair, I mean, Iron's doing a ton of damage as well, and he can use techs, but I guess he does have main character syndrome. So it's kind of a weird dungeon, this, because it kind of feels like the entire right-hand side of the dungeon is pointless. Yeah, let's just say before we talk to this NPC. You are the first of your people to visit us. Of your people. Power Topaz proves your courage and worth. You have earned the right to know the truth. It is time for you to see your true world. Okay. Are we actually leaving the planet? My god, we've done it. We have done what NGS could not. A voice speaks, know your true world at last. Ah, okay, that's interesting. So all of the different areas are a spaceship. So the theory I had is correct then. Cool. So know your true world at last. It is a giant spaceship built by our ancestors. We now approach the craft called Satellite. Oh, this gives me horrible flashbacks to Phantasy Star II dungeons. As you can see, it is also an ancient spaceship. Ancient spaceship mentioned. Okay, well that's cool. So all of the worlds that we've been to so far have all been spaceships. I kind of had a feeling that was going to be the case because the passageways between each of the areas were really high tech, and it kind of made no sense I know they do it in NGS as well, but it kind of didn't make sense aesthetically that there was these, you know, these like high-tech parts in between. Yeah, the BGM is very intense. Is it too loud? Because it does seem quite loud to me. I can turn it down a bit if it's too loud. Wait a minute, you go next anywhere. Bit too loud. I'll knock it down a bit. Is that any better? So technically PSO took a pretty big concept from Phantasy Star III with the colony ships. Yeah, kind of, yeah. I will say it is kind of a repetitive theme, this. It was good for the loading screen part, maybe not this long. Okay, so we're now on satellite. Go down from the entrance and take a right. Oh, there's fights. So the enemy designs don't really get much better. I also like how we're just fighting on clouds. Well, it looks like we are. That did 28 damage. Space is very cloudy and snowy. It is. That was a ton of experience and money, though. Oh, that music is so repetitive. Luckily, there's fights. The theme does start a great bit. It does. It does. We're fighting signs with hands, legs, and balls. Yeah, I was hoping no one had mentioned that. I did notice that. Yes, apparently we go down and right. I'm assuming to the huge staircase. Up the stairs and right again. I never thought I'd be happy to hear the Phantasy Star III battle music. Yeah, why did they need balls? Why? I also like how he just sat there with his arms out like... Is that the sign is like man-spreading? The guys who designed the enemies were on some good shit, they really were. Hey, it's good to see an actual different dungeon though, you know? I like how we know that they're harder enemies because they're pink. That seems to be the theme. Yeah, don't like these guys. They actually do damage. Yeah, I really do wonder what they were on when they were designing the enemies in this, though. We need those enemies in NGS. Just confuse everyone. Maybe it's better to use a Garesta. Yeah, Anne can use one though, because I'd rather preserve and use TP a little bit. Yeah, Ren's a little bit underwhelming at the minute. He was good earlier, but I feel he is a little underwhelming now. Oh great, they do poison. I mean, of course they do poison. Why would they not do poison? Oops, sorry, actually leveled. Okay, do we have any antidotes? Because it would be quite handy to have them. Yes, we do. So who's poisoned? Ren and Thea. I will get rid of it just because I'm going to use Garesta. I think his gun may have been tuned to multi-target, but they forgot to add that tag. We looked into it last time. Apparently there are only 2 guns in the game that multi-target from. There's one called the Pulse Vulcan that apparently multi-targets, but we haven't had that yet. It is nice having a party where 3 people can use Garesta. Oh, we finally skipped the music. Oh, there's actually damage in this one. You can see on the right hand side all the tiles are broken. Okay, so just see what this map's like. Do we have time to clear this today? So this is on Azura, isn't it? Oh, this looks like hell. Yeah, all these broken tiles basically block loads the routes off. Okay. This may take me a minute because I need to sort of figure out the route here because it's a very complicated route. Which does not bode well. So we start on the left, so okay, so it says go down. Well, it doesn't tell me which path to go down on, unless there's only one I can use. Ah, yeah, there is, because the one on the right is actually broken a little bit further down. Okay, so let me try and figure this out. So it says go down, take the second path going right. So take the second path going right, go across. Okay, I think I get it. It is complicated though. So we're gonna go down first. Then basically across as far as we can go. Oh, we have Huka seals. Actually kind of a cool enemy design for once. Considering he's barely doing more damage to one target than Thayer does with the slice that's multi-target, plus she gets 2 attacks, it feels like an oversight. Yeah, he does kind of feel like the weak link at the minute. I mean, he has nice health. And his damage isn't terrible, but yeah, he does feel like he's lagging behind a little bit. You can see what the problem is with this dungeon, with the amount of floor tiles that are broken. Because that's a first, we can go there. So okay, this is actually way more confusing than I thought it was. I think I've taken the wrong path, actually. Yeah. I did see there was a chest nearby. Can I get it from here, or do I need to come back another way? Again, sorry for the music stopping. There's nothing to do with that. Okay, so we could... There is a slight detour we can make that would take us to a chest. Maybe that's worth it. Yeah, that is the map. There is a lot of broken floors. Also, if you are playing Phantasy Star III, that site that I've linked on Twitch, I'll link it on YouTube as well, actually, so you guys can see it as well. Yeah, that site is absolutely fantastic for Phantasy Star III stuff. Okay, I think we're okay at the minute. So I want to go... There is a chest on the right which looks like it's got a force boot. So if I go up here and go up 2 paths, and then go right, I should get to it. There is a force band at the other side as well. But since we're quite near this one, I think we may as well get it. It's not much of a diversion anywhere, so... So really what I'm trying to say is that wrong way that we went, it was completely planned. And was not at all accidental. So force boot, so who's that actually for? Oh, I know already has one, actually. Is there anyone else that can use it? Could they use it maybe? We can think about that later. Okay, so now I need to get back to the other path I'm meant to be on. Okay, so I can take any path down here. Probably want to take this one though, because it's a little bit easier. Okay, so go back to the edge again. It's honestly just going to take a long time purely because of these fights. That's an animation. I kind of do the stanky leg. I kind of wish I'd never seen that animation, honestly. Okay, so is it this next path I want to take, or is it the next one up? It is this next one, so we need to take this next path all the way as far as we can to the right. It really does not want us to get there. There's getting quite low on health. I think we can get through this fight though, and then we can heal her after. I'm not really using TP with her much, so she can use Garesta. Tell you what, you can use it again as well. Much better. Okay, so we go as far across as we can go. Can you stop ambushing me, please? Okay, so that's here. So where do I go from here? Okay, so I think I go all the way north, then east. I think. So yeah, I go all the way north, east a bit, then south, east, south. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so I want to go up here. Just save it as well, actually. Yeah, those enemies at the back seem to be melee resistant, but it really doesn't seem to matter. Okay, so we'll go to here. Okay, so from here, I want to go... I think it's this way. No, it isn't. So it's... Okay, yeah, I see where I am actually. So it's... Yeah, next one over. I'm having to basically look at my position based on where the breaks in the floor are. Okay, so from here I should be able to go south. Few levels, cool. Always helps. There it should be if I go to the next one and then go south. And I think I just go east from here. Do we need to heal or anything? I think out of abundance of precaution, I should probably heal. I'll use iron. Oh. Okay. I would normally end stream now, but it seems like a really bad time to end stream, so I think we'll do this. Oh, so this is Siren, okay. So you found me after all, rabble. How dare you? Seems that a few rats escaped my cyborg army. I once served Arachio, but Laia forced me here. Then she somehow moved this satellite far away. I've waited 1,000 years for my revenge. Oh god, it's mentioned again. Somebody tell him. The boss fight, I assume? Why is he doing a T-pose? I'm sorry, but don't come across all intimidating and then T-pose. Unless he's just doing it to assert dominance. Yeah, I also love the very stylish hair. So as usual, we need to get through a big line of enemies first. Now, bosses in this game so far have been, I think it's fair to say, have been a mixed bag. T-pose for 1,000 years for this moment. Okay, these guys actually have a fair bit of health. I'm more worried about what he's going to do. 40 damage is the answer, which is pretty scary, actually. Okay, I think we're okay for now. I think we can afford to take another hit. So I think we just attack him again. Oh, he's melee resistant. Mate, even Sari's only doing like 40 damage. Is this actually going to be like the first moderately difficult boss? Okay, that's a slight issue that he's doing like 20 to everyone. We'll get the rest of that. He's not resistant to guns, however. Okay, so let's get... I feel that Thea is not as useful here, so let's get her to... Arresta. Ren redeemed, exactly. I think everyone else can probably just go for an attack. Don't like he got another go. Could do that Garesta there. Would be quite nice. Thank you. Probably need another one, honestly. Yeah, Thea's doing almost nothing. It's actually like the first challenge boss fight. Okay, let's get... I think we need Mew to get Resta. And honestly, I think I'll have Thea Garesta as well. Because Thea's not really doing any damage, so it kind of makes sense for her to do that. And everyone else can probably attack. Nice, we got the Mew Garesta off at least. I think we just dedicate Thea to Garesta duty, honestly, and then have Mew do it when I need a bigger heal. Never mind. He was more difficult than the other fights, though. I'll give it that. At least he was actually doing damage. You have won but a single battle line. A fight you actually have to heal. Oh, wait. I did have to heal a little bit. The war is not over yet. I will return one day. Siren disappears. Thus did Prince Ein fulfill his destiny. Rejoicing, his people moved to the satellite. King Rhys decreed that Ein should marry soon. Two women made known their interest in him. Think what a reasonably good idea who it's going to be. Alright, full time. Let's do... So it's there, Osari. We'll just set it for 1 minute. Alright, the poll is up on Twitch. Who are we marrying? I will keep an eye on the YouTube side as well. Polls on YouTube are a bit weird, so... But yeah, if you want to vote on YouTube, just drop the name in the chat of either Thea or Sari. Can't see the poll. That's weird because it is running on Twitch on my end, which is weird. If you can't vote Drag to STEM, just let me know in chat who you want me to vote for. It's weird though because it should be on. Yeah, I'll leave it a few seconds until there's any last votes coming in. Checking the endings. I mean, it is looking like we're going to marry Thea. Honestly, I would choose Sari simply because Thea is the beaten path. Best ending was on the other side, but I vote Sari. Okay, so that's 2 votes for Sari there. Then we had Jokey for Thea and 1 for Thea from the Twitch votes. So it's a tie. I mean, I don't know why I expected anything else. Of course it's going to be a tie. Well, in that case then, I'm going to do a random coin flip. I'm not going to show it on stream because I haven't got my Firefox thing set up and God knows what else it might show. But I'll do it for, let's say, heads, Thea, tails, Sari. Tails. So we're marrying Sari. Sorry, Thea, but I'm going to get destroyed by this huge, scary Amazon woman. I choose you, Sari. She's now a Pokemon. I mean, yeah, personally, joking. I mean, I think Thea is the better looker, personally. But the chat there, people have spoken and the coin has spoken. I choose you, Sari, to be my one true love and to be my Pokemon. I accept, but no more quests for you. Would have been sad to lose after you didn't choose Lena. Thus, Ein became king of the nation of London. So, despite his dad betraying London, we've now gone back there. We've moved back in. Sari soon gave birth to a son, Prince Chris. Enemies beset London for the next 20 years. But Ein and Sari defended their land without fail. Of course, I mean, she'd probably just solo everything anyway. Then came the news that they had long dreaded. King Ein, a messenger from Azura is here. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Oh, Ein has inherited the mustache, of course. I fear that I bring very grim news, Your Majesty. Siren has returned to exact his vengeance. Sari proceeded to the genocide of every monster in the vicinity of London. Siren plans to propel our world into the sun. I don't know how he suddenly has the power to do that, but okay. Probably not good. When we were young, your mother and I were shown that our world is really a huge spaceship. Somewhere there must be someone who can aid you. I like how he's now just acting like his dad, like, I can't be bothered with this anymore, you sort it. Find help or we're all doomed to fiery death. If you pick there, that starting cutscene would have happened on the moon. Okay. Okay, so we're now Yellow Ein. Defend your people and do not fail them, otherwise I will come and find you and I will hurt you. Chris, you must destroy Siren for good. Then return our ship to its proper course. So I think that's probably a good place to end it today, I think. Let's just save it as well. Sari would solo Dark Falls easily, yeah. So yeah, we'll end that one there for today. There will be another stream on Sunday, which will be PSO this week. And then we'll pick this back up next week, so next Wednesday for more Phantasy Star 3. Hope you're enjoying the story so far. At least we are now in the third and final generation, so things should get more interesting, I think. I mean, we know what's going to happen. Let's be real, but it'd be cool to experience Gen 3 at least. But yeah, if you enjoyed the stream, as usual, if you want to leave a like or subscribe or follow, sub on Twitch if you want to. You can also follow or anything on X or Bluesky. You can also join the Discord as well. So we do have a Discord. You can join that by the link in the description underneath the video on YouTube. And this should be in the About section on Twitch as well. Joke's on you, I'm already on PSO. He's beating us to it. I'll be there on Sunday. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the stream. And I'll see you guys on Sunday for another stream. So yeah, have a good week and I'll see you then. See you guys. I will keep trying to late. See you later.